So here we go, guys. Just like I told you, if you go back to a video I made last summer, before the presidential election even happened, I told you exactly, word for word, what was going to go down with Biden and this administration. Many people tried to argue with me and say, you know, he don't care about that and all this stuff. But let me tell you, it is happening. And I will tell you how this is going to play in the terms of the long term, if you want to look at things long term. So here's what we know. Biden is going to unveil the executive orders that he's going to issue for, quote, gun control on Thursday. And one of the things that's being said, that's from good sources, that he is going to do is require anybody that gets what they like to term ghost gun. All it is it's a piece of metal that if you take it, machine it, put the holes in it, drill it out, and conform it, you can legally own that without it having a serial number on that. You made that item, you didn't purchase it, and it wasn't a working firearm when you bought it. He is going to require people to get a background check for that. They can still buy them, but they're going to have a background check. Here's the one that's concerning to me, because it makes no sense in the wording. He wants to issue an executive order on concealed assault-style firearms. I don't understand that. That's the term they're using in the media, and if you look this up online. Concealed assault-style firearms. So the only thing I can think of is he's going to go after the CZ Scorpions, possibly AR-15 pistols. It could be something to do with banning braces. We just don't know yet. 90 or so percent of what people term assault-style weapons, even in pistol form, is not concealable. So what would a concealed assault-style weapon be? I mean, could you extend that as far as a Glock 17 with a 33-round magazine in it? And then there's a couple of things in there about something about domestic violence. That's already in most states. That's already most everywhere you go. If you get a little domestic violence misdemeanor, you can't own a firearm. That's the way it is where I'm at. And here's the funny thing, guys. Well, first of all, let me tell you this. The left likes to term anything they don't like. They got two terms: racist and ghost gun. That's their two go-to terms for anything they don't agree with. So let me tell you this, guys. This is what is so asinine about this whole thing. No unserialized firearm where a person took it, milled it out, machined the holes in it, built the rest of it up to make it to where it could be used, and bought that part and did all that to it and made it into a firearm, that has nothing to do with any of these shootings that happened. Zero. These firearms were purchased at a gun store. So the reason to go after something of what they call ghost guns, which it's really not true, it's just you're taking a piece of metal and you're sitting in your house, in your garage, and you're milling it out that you can put a trigger into it and put pins in it, and it'll work as a firearm. And legally, you're allowed to own that without any regulations, because the ATF doesn't have any... The ATF doesn't have authority over that item. It never crossed state lines. It was in your home, you made it. So the reason to go for this is, like I said, picture a stone block and a guy there with a chisel and a hammer. And he keeps taking pieces and he keeps hitting this 5-pound mallet on this stone with this chisel. Keeps hitting it and hitting it. Tink, tink. Little piece flies off there. Little piece flies off here. What happens, right? After so long, you start to erode away so much of the rights that there's nothing left. It just crumbles. There is nothing left. Just a stiff wind can blow that, which was once a solid, firm foundation of the Second Amendment. Now it's been chipped away so much that any winds can blow this away. It'll just crumble. There will be no substance to it anymore. That is what is going on with these little bit-by-bit things. What I'm telling everybody is you better be voting. When it comes to the House and the Senate, you better show up with such overwhelming majorities that they can't cheat. They can't throw in some here and some there and, you know, 1,000 here and 1,000 there and beat us. We have to get this House and Senate back. Because this is just crazy. You know, what's really got me concerned, guys, back again, is the concealed assault style firearms. That to me is saying like your Scorpion, CZ Scorpion, and AR-15 pistols, AK pistols. I think they're going to try to hit on that, or the braces for that. They can't classify that as rifles because it's a short barrel. What I think they would probably try to do would be to ban arm braces. I will never comply. I will never ever comply. They can say what they want about arm braces and different things, but I will not comply no matter what. I will not back down, will not give 1 inch to this guy. And hopefully anything that he does, somebody files lawsuits and it goes up to the Supreme Court. But that's it, guys. I'll keep you posted. That's what we know as of now. We know as of a fact that he is going to unveil his so-called gun control or common sense gun measures, executive orders on Thursday. We just don't know the exact details, except for they're pretty solid on the firearms that you can build out yourself if you have a drill press and the tools and the know-how and the knowledge. I'm not a mechanical guy. I wouldn't even attempt doing one of these on my own, because it's not just something you take home and you just, you know, use a Dremel and you can just make a, you know, you can just mill out everything you need for the firearm. There's much more involved than that, and the government knows this. They know this. And you see, guys, just like I told you back before the election even ever started, when Trump was still in office, I told you guys that if Biden got in, he was going to do whatever he can to at least chip away our gun rights, if not try some way to take rights from us altogether. And this is exactly what he's doing right now. What he wants to do with the so-called ghost gun things, that has nothing to do with any of these shootings that happened. It wouldn't have curbed one shooting that happened here. So all it's doing is it's chipping away, steadily chipping away at our Second Amendment rights. That's all he's doing. He's a crook. He's a nutcase. He's a liar. And he's unfit to ever be president of the United States. And he knows he wasn't legally elected. That's why they had to build walls around our Capitol. Literally had to build walls and fencing and barbed wire and bring troops around our Capitol so he could feel safe. All right, guys, until next time, this is DOF, and I'm out.